It's a question landlords often ask us: are they better off buying a new property or buying a second-hand property? Very often we find new properties carry a premium in terms of their pounds per square foot. Their capital value tends to be a bit higher than older stock. But you do tend to obviously get a property which is bang up to date in terms of current building specs. It generally will appeal to tenants, so you tend to get an extra little bit on the rent as well. Invariably, we find that some of the new accommodation is just that little bit more expensive, and ideally you're probably looking at stock that's maybe 10-15 years old. It's not too old, it meets good building regulation standards, it's been built to a good standard. Obviously you've got to be more careful when you buy older stock, so stock that was potentially built in the 60s, 50s, 60s or older will require a certain element of upgrading. There are changes coming in terms of the energy efficiency of properties, and properties that are below a certain threshold, you will not be able to rent them. So those properties will require an investment to bring them up to a certain spec, and that may be double glazing, cavity wall insulation, replacing gas boilers, electrics, etc. It's a compromise. You can pay a higher entry price, get a really good property. It will appeal to certain tenants to have the new stock, and you will get a new premium for it. Or alternatively, invest less, buy a second-hand unit and get equally as good a return.